Again, yeah, close, away, yeshah, saha.
Saha balakah.
Saha balakah. Okay, this one.
Eshah Vaidah.
Yeshah.
Vaidah. Vaidyah. Vaidyah.
Vaidyah.
Saha Shikshakah.
So these words, many words were on the slides also, many are in the book also. So hopefully, let's take this example, one more.
Tat Jalam.
Tat Jalam, because Jalam is Napunsakalinga Shabda. And then this one.
Tat Pushpam.
Tat Pushpam. Then let's take a couple of Strilinga words.
Namaste, Mahoday.
Namaskara. Okay, this one.
Sa Petika.
Sa Petika.
Esa Kunchika.
Kunchika. So generally, when we have gone through many words and also the additional words which would help us to form sentences like Esha, Kunchika, Esha, Sa, Saha, Esha, Tat, Etat, etc. And also question words like Kaha, Ka, Kim, and additionally Atra, Tatra, Sarvatra, Amna. Those words we have seen so far. So based on this, at least the basic sentences we should be able to form just to reference the objects. Right? So the basic sentence like Esha, like this one, Sa, Ghati, like this. Okay, so now.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
About the spelling of Vaidya?
The
The last sound I know is the combination of da and ya, and I am not able to see it in the.
See it here in this?
Yeah, the dia, exactly.
Yeah, and you won't generally see separate because that is the way of writing, but that is a combination of da and ya, Vaidya. And general, what you can think of is like there is a the portion here, okay? And this ya starting from this bottom here.
And so then really it's just that when it's typed, it's looking a lot like.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is not exactly written like this.
Yeah.
So it is just a little bit different. Like, yeah.
Okay, understood.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me move on. Where was my... So what we are progressing towards in this, with these lessons one by one, if you recall, last in the previous weeks, we have been studying the words, different, just understanding or increasing your vocab. more number of words for different objects and trying to use them in very simple sentences, just referring to those objects like who is this, who is that, what is this, what is that, whether it is this or where it is this, atra, tatra, kutra, etc. But going forward, we are going to form simple sentences, and these are also simple. Now, what is a sentence involved? The sentences, like for example, if you look at these English sentences here, so we have boy runs, tall boy is running fast, reads a book, boy has read a book, the boys ran, and so in such cases, what do you see here? There is a noun, there is a verb like runs, and an adjective may be there, for example, like tall, and then adverb may be also there, which is describing the action here, for example, fast, right, running fast. And the preposition may be there, like the boy, a boy, etc. And tense is also important in a sentence, like in what time. Runs like a present tense, and read the book, has read the book. These are all past tense. Different tenses could be there, and also number. The boys ran, like a plural, singular. The number is important, and the other aspects will be important in a sentence. For example, here when we say a boy reads a book, the boy reads a book is very simple. There is a boy, there is a book, he reads it. So there is a subject, there is an object called book, and there is a verb, the action, indicating action. But additionally, some more information, words with giving, providing some more information might be there or might be needed. For example, boy reads a book, like what kind of book, how he reads it, where he reads it, to whom he reads it. So all those additional information, more words might be there in a sentence. So what that indicates? So these different words, they represent different roles in a sentence. So, for example, boy reads a book. In this, boy acts as a subject or one who is doing the action, and reads is the action, and the book is the one which is being read or which is being the object of that action. Now, where it is being read, supposing he is reading the book at home. So at home, so that is another role. The at home is having a role. And where is the book? Book may be in his hands. How is he reading the book? With his in his mind or something like that, or with his mouth. So different other clauses may be added, not only single words. For example, we have at home or in the forest or in the library. So in the library becomes a clause there. So entire in the library, the whole thing is important there. So just by adding one word called library, a boy reads a book, library, that doesn't make any sense. So we need that entire clause there in the book, in the library. So such clauses with the set of words would be there or may be needed, may be added to give additional information. So those have different roles to play to bring out or to provide additional meaning, complete meaning of what the person who is saying this sentence wants to convey. Similarly, in Sanskritam also, we are going to study this formation of the sentences where these additional roles are played by different words. So right now we are looking at very simple sentences. For example, when we say Saha Deepaha or Saha Deepaha Asti, right? So when we say Saha Deepaha Asti, that means that saha deepaha asti. What's the meaning here? That is the lamp. That is the lamp, or that is a lamp. So here asti is the verb. Asti means is or exists, and deepaha is lamp. This is the subject. The lamp exists. Lamp is. So in the sentence, this is a lamp, or that is a lamp. Then that lamp is the subject. Is the verb. Here asti is the verb. Lamp is the subject. And in the case of this is, or that is a lamp. That is a lamp. So is the verb, lamp is the subject, and what is that? That, I think that is an adjective. So here in this case, saha is also an adjective here. Saha deepaha asti. So here lamp is the subject, verb is asti, and saha is the adjective, which is supplementing this deepaha word. Deepaha is lamp, so that is a lamp. So saha deepaha asti. So these are very simple sentences which we are looking at now. So when we in the subsequent lessons, we'll also see the other additional supplementing words which play different roles in a sentence. For example, as I said, if we want to say the boy read a book in the library. So how do we add that in the library, etc. Well, those additional different roles played by different words in a sentence, that we are going to study further. But right now our focus is just simple, straightforward sentences like this. Just to recap, how many genders are there? Can somebody read this in Sanskrit language, in Sanskritam language? How many genders are there?
3.
What are they?
Pullingam, Strilingam, and Napunsakalingam.
These lingams are applicable to what? Are they applicable to the words or the objects?
So the object.
To the word.
The word, padam.
The word.
Padam, word. So when we say deepaha or parvataha or balika, etc., or paranam or pushpam, paranam. So these lingams, they are just the lingam of the word, not the lingam of the deepa means this lamp, not the lingam of the lamp. It is the lingam of the word. Similarly, lingam of the parvataha word is pullingam. Lingam of the balika word is the strilingam, not that actual balika. So that may be, it could be different. That in this case, she is also actual having feminine gender. That's okay. But here it is balik. Strilingam means it is for the word. And similarly, napunsakalingam, paranam. So paranam means this leaf. So we are not. This has nothing to do with the actual gender of the leaf. It is a lingam of the word paranam, napunsakalingam. So lingam literally in Sanskritam means identification. It identifies that word, identity. Now similarly, how many numbers are there?
3.
In Sanskritam language, there are 3 numbers or vachanam, what we call like Sanskritam word for number is vachanam. So there are three vachanam. One is singular ekavachanam, and there is only one object. To refer to that one object, we use ekavachanam form of the word. Like parvataha, and only one deepa, one lamp is there, so we use deepaha. So far we have looked at singular forms of the words, like deepaha, parvataha, kandakaha, balika, petika, etc. All singular words. Vayu, setu, khanda, shalakhandaha, shala. So all these are singular words, or singular vachanam, singular number, ekavachanam. So they represent only one object with that word form. Now, if there are two boys, one boy is balaka. Balaka means one boy. We don't have to say a boy. In English we have a. There is no a here in Sanskritam. Balaka means only boy, one boy. If there are two boys, then we'll have to use a different form of the balaka. There is a word for two also in Sanskritam, dvi. But the form, the word form for balakaha also changes to balakau if it is dual or dvivachanam, if there are two objects. Similarly, for every word, every noun has singular form and dual form and also a plural form, bahuvachanam. If there are more than two, okay, then there is, we will use bahuvachana form or plural form. So ekavachanam, dvivachanam, bahuvachanam, three forms. Initially, to keep it simple in our study, we'll look at singular forms, ekavachana forms, and bahuvachana forms, plural forms. If there are plural forms of some of the words we have seen, we'll study those. Dvivachana forms also we should use, but we'll look at them later after looking at these forms. If there are only two objects, we should not use plural form in Sanskritam. That is not correct. Dvivachana form is to be used. Any question?
The plural is called bahuvachana.
Bahuvachanam.
Bahuvachana. Thank you.
Bahuvachanam. Now, before continuing, I just wanted to touch base. Last time, we were studying this question. Pat paranam asti kim? Remember again, just to recap. Kaha, ka, kim. These are also question words, meaning this kaha is to be used for with reference to pullingam. Question has to be in pullingam. For example, kaha balakaha means which boy. Kaha balakaha. Then ka balika, which. So here we are saying which or what. What or which girl. Ka balika asti. Which girl is there or is that. Ka balika asti. Kaha balakaha asti. Kaha parvata asti. So you are going to visiting a mountain. So you want to know its name. So you can ask, Kaha Parvataha asti, which mountain is there? Or you want to ask the question, like what mountain is there in your city? So you can ask, Kaha Parvataha asti, like that. Ka Petika asti, which box is there? Similarly, Kim. Kim, one Napunsakalinga word you can take. Kim Dwaram. Kim Dwaram asti or Kim Phalam asti. So there is a fruit, and you want to ask which fruit is that. So you can ask the question Kim Phalam asti. Now, last time Suresh Mother was saying, depending on the tone, this Kim can have two meanings. So here in this case, Kim Phalam asti. So here, if we are asking like this, so we are attaching this Kim Phalam asti. We are attaching this Phalam with Kim. So here Kim is an Napunsakalinga word. So we are asking the question, what fruit is that? Kim Phalam asti. Okay. Or Tat Phalam Kim asti. That we also can ask. Tat Phalam, that fruit, Kim asti. Which is that? Which fruit is that? Like Tat Phalam Kim asti. Here's the tone. Now, the sentences, other sentences we studied, probably last week I think, where, let me open that. Like this. Like this. Etat pustakam asti kim. So here the meaning, what we want to ask is different. Here the meaning conveyed is different. Here we want to ask, is it a book? Not which book is this? Is it a book? So here the tone is different. So though we are using the same word Kim, the tone is different. Etat pustakam asti Kim. So is it a book? The same thing if we are using that for Phalam, let's say Phalam. Tat Phalam. So even if you put it here, let's say Kim Tat Phalam asti. See here the tone. Listen to the tone here. Kim Tat Phalam asti. So this means Kim Tat Phalam asti. What fruit is that? But if I change the tone, Kim Tat Phalam asti, then the meaning changes. Is it a fruit? Kim Tat Phalam asti. Kim Tat Phalam asti. What fruit is that? Kim Tat Phalam asti. So here, after Kim, there is a little bit pause. You can feel that, like Kim Tat Phalam asti. What? Is it a fruit? Like that, asking like that. Is it a fruit? Kim Tat Phalam asti. But if we change it, Kim Tat Phalam asti. So, what fruit is that? So the tone is changing. So here, in the first case, Kim Tat Phalam asti. What fruit is that? Here we are making the Kim as a Napunsakalinga word. Napunsakalingam referring to Phalam. That is Kim Tat Phalam asti. What fruit is that? But if we change it, Kim Tat Phalam asti. So here Kim we are separating it. Kim Tat Phalam asti. What? Is it a fruit? So here in that case, Kim, that becomes a avyayam. It is not a neuter. It doesn't have a lingam, because it is not. We are not asking what fruit is it. We are asking, is it a fruit? So in that case, kim is not associated with phalam. It is just we are asking kim, is it a fruit? So in that case, kim doesn't have a lingam. Those which do not have lingam in Sanskritam, they are called avyayam. Avyayam is indeclinables. So they do not have any lingam. They just exist as it is. No change in the lingam. Just wanted to clarify on that kim based on the tone. So that kim might be put at the end, might be in the beginning, doesn't matter, but when the tone changes, the meaning changes there.
It's like the emphasis.
Emphasis.
Mahodaya, one question. If we ask just kim phalam is not a sentence. Which fruit is this?
Yes. That is also sentence. You can form like that. In Sanskritam, asti is not a compulsory. Asti is understood.
Asti and tat we can do away. Just kim phalam. Kim phalam.
Yeah, kim phalam.
Okay, thanks.
And again, that can also be used in both the tones. Kim phalam, which fruit? That's okay. Then the other tone is kim phalam. Kim is like a little bit pause there. Kim phalam. Is it a fruit? Now the next one. So we are studying this. We have studied actually with many words like deepaha, right? Deepaha and petika and parnam, pushpam, etc. And let's proceed forward. Let's not stop here today. We'll look at that another time. So this one, let's see. Now coming to bahuvachanam, pullingam, namapadani. Namapadani means nouns. Namapadam is noun. Only padam is word. Nama padam is noun. Pullingam, masculine. Bahuvachanam, plural numbers. As you know, there are three numbers. Ekavachanam, dvivachanam, bahuvachanam. Ekavachana forms of these words we saw. Now, bahuvachana forms of some of these words we will see. Like on the left side, we have singular or ekavachana forms. In the right side, we have bahuvachana forms. So, let's start reading. Who wants to go first? Start from the bottom. Girija again. You want to read? No.
Mahodaya, you called my name?
Yeah, can you please read what is on the left and right?
Yeah. Eshaha kaha. Eshaha balakaha. Ete ke. Ete balakaha.
So note that the
Mahodaya, can you just slide down a little bit? Come down a little. I'm not interested.
Yeah. So first focus on this eshaha. On the left side, eshaha kaha, we have singular, so we already know these words, right? Eshaha kaha, we have studied that. Eshaha kaha, that is the question. Eshaha balaka. Now note that eshaha is changing to ete in the bahuvachanam. Eshaha means someone who is closer close enough. Saha we use for away. So here we say Esha Kaha. Who is this? Esha Balaka. Now change of the forms to Bahuvachanam. Esha changes to Ete. Kaha changes to Ke. Balaka, similarly, Balaka changes to Balakaha. And it is plural. Bahuvachanam. Esha Kaha, Ete Ke. Esha Balakaha, Ete Balakaha. Then Bahuvachanam. Now, when is the Bahuvachanam used? When there are more than two. Not only three, but more than two. If there are only two, these we cannot use the plural form, these forms. There is a Dvivachanam, a dual form is there for these words, even this one also. Those are different. We will study them later. So right now, yeah. Right now we are studying the Bahuvachanam or plural forms where there are more than two objects. Okay, next one, Saha.
Saha Kaha. Saha Ashvaha. Te Ke. Te Ashvaha.
So here what is happening? Eshaha changed to Te, and here Saha changed to Te. Esha changed to Ete, Saha changed to Te in the plural. Kaha changed to Ke, Kaha changed to Ke. So Kaha is Ke, Kaha Ke, Eshaha Ete, Saha Te. And similarly, Balaka changed to Balakaha, Ashwaha changed to Ashwaha. So note the pattern of changing for the words, pulling the words ending in A and Visarga. A and Visarga changes to A and Visarga in the plural. Oops. Okay, the next one also, please read.
Eshaha Kaha. Eshaha Gajaha. Ete Ke. Ete Gajaha.
Okay, next one.
Saha Kaha. Saha Marjaraha. Te Ke. Te Marjaraha.
Marjaraha.
Marjaraha. Yes, Marjaraha.
Marjaraha, cat. Gajaha, elephant. So same thing, the Esha, keep on noticing this. Esha changing to Ete in the plural. Kaha changing to Ke in the plural. Sa changes to Te. And Gajaha, the word ending in A and Visarga, pulling the word ending in A and Visarga, changing to A and Visarga in Bahuvachanam. Similarly, A and Visarga in singular, Ekavachanam, changing to A and Visarga in Bahuvachanam. So this is the pattern from changing from singular to plural. That is Ekavachanam to Bahuvachanam. For those words, pulling the words which are ending in A and Visarga in Ekavachanam. Like, so we saw Balaka, Ashwa, Balaka, Ashwaha, Ashwaha, Gajaha, Gajaha, Marjaraha, Marjaraha. Similarly, what will become to Parvataha?
Parvataha.
Parvataha. And then Deepaha?
Deepaha. Deepaha. Deepaha.
Bahuvachane Deepaha.
Deepaha.
So if it is Saha Deepaha, then in Bahuvachanam what it becomes?
Te Deepaha.
No, Te Deepaha. So this is a simple one we can remember. Right? If it is so there are some examples, some exercise here at the bottom, like this. So someone else can take this. Anita.
एषः सिंहः एते सिंहाः एषः पुरुषः एते पुरुषाः एषः व्याघ्रः एते व्याघ्राः एषः पर्वतः एते पर्वताः एषः वृक्षः एते वृक्षाः एषः दीपः एते दीपाः एषः गायकः एते गायकाः एषः सर्पः एते सर्पाः एषः दर्पणः एते दर्पणाः.
No, Sundaram. So just any word, meaning, anybody want to know here, or all the meanings are clear?
Darpana, mirror, is it?
Darpana, mirror.
Okay. Can you?
Vyagraha, sorry, Vyagraha, sir.
Vyagraha, tiger.
Can you
Anybody?
the spelling of Vrushaha?
Vrukshaha.
Vrukshaha. Can you break that out, the compound letters?
Vrukshaha is, I'll break down this also, just for clarity. Bro. Or rather, if you want to be exact like this. Vrukshaha.
So the V and the R, it's that other R, and then the Kasha part. So the first letter I understand, the first compound letter I follow. The second compound letter I'm less clear.
So this together it is written like this. Kasha and Visarga.
Okay, so you just have to memorize this letter as those three.
Yes.
Okay, understood. Okay.
Rukshaha.
Okay.
This Ka and Sha together pronounced Ksha. So Kshaha. This is cerebral. Murdhanya Sha. Rukshaha.
Okay. Thank you.
Ruksha is tree, Simha, lion, Purusha, man. Those things. Gayakaha. Gayakaha. Remember? Who is Gayakaha?
Singer.
Singer. Sarpaha.
Snake.
Snake. Cobra. Snake.
Snake. Okay, next set of letter and words. Okay, Shiv, you want to try?
आं महोदय एषः आजः एषः आजः
there is no a. एषः अजः.
एषः अज एते आजः अजाः
अजाः. Then
सः ग्रह ते ग्रह
ग्रहाः.
सः शूरः ते शूराः.
Yes.
सः आसन्दः ते आसन्दाः. सः शिक्षकः ते शिक्षकाः सः छात्रः ते छात्राः सः
मृगः
सः वानरः ते वानराः सः वैद्यः ते वैद्याः.
Any meanings? All the meanings are clear. Ajaha, goat. Ajaha is goat. Graha is, what is graha? Planet. Huh? Planet. Shuraha.
Warrior.
Shura, warrior or brave. Somebody brave, valiant. Asandaha, we know that, like chair. Shikshakaha, we know that, teacher. Chhatraha, student, male teacher, male student, all pullinga words. Mrugaha is?
Deer.
Animal.
Animal or deer, both are fine. Then Vanaraha. Monkey. Vaidyaha, no, that doctor. Okay, so the last one. Sorry. Last one was there. Esha Ghataha.
Pot, right?
Saha Ghata. Te Ghataha. Ghata also, you know what is Ghata?
Pot.
Picture.
Pot. Pot. So there are in this book there is other types of words also which are not ending in a and visarga, but we will look at this some other time. Okay? We will skip this. Just focus on a and visarga now, right? Like we had in this a and visarga ending in like ekavachanam, simhaha, purushaha, vyagraha, simha, etc. So this one has like ending in e and visarga. Okay? This will come back to this later. Okay? Now let's look at bahuvachanam strilingam. Okay, so to Tatyana.
Esha ka. Eta ka. Esha balika. Etaha balikaha. Saka. Sahakaha. Sa Pipilika. Sa pipilika. Taha pipilika ha.
The same thing. Keep notice these changes. Esha in the singular strilingam ekavachanam changing to etaha, strilingam bahuvachanam. Similarly, sa changing to taha. Esha changes to etaha, sa changes to taha, and ka changes to kaha. In pullingam, what happened? The eshaha, pullinga ekavachanam, changed to what? Ete, right? Ete. Eshaha balakaha, ete balakaha. Similarly, saha changed to In Pullinga ekavachanam change to te. Saha balakah, te balakaha. In Strilingam, similarly, there is not much difference. Sa changes to taha, not te, but sa changes to taha, and esha changes to etaha. And in Pullingam, kaha changed to ke. Kaha changes to ke. Kaha balakaha ke, or eshaha balakaha, eshaha kaha, ete ke. Now, in Strilingam, ka changes to kaha. And what are the pattern changing from for balakaha changes to balakaha and visarga? In Pullingam, ekavachanam changing to a and visarga balakaha. In bahuvachanam Pullingam. But here balika, ekavachanam Pullingam, just a is there is no visarga. Is changing to a and visarga, similar to balakaha, but here the word itself is balika, so we are just adding a visarga there, balikaha. Similarly, pipilika, we are just adding a visarga, so pipilika, pipilikaha. So later on we'll make a chart of this, like eshaha in Pullingam singular, and Striling Pullingam singular, Pullingam plural, Strilinga singular, Strilinga plural of eshaha, ete, etc. We can make a chart, so we can have at one place reference for reference. Yes. Okay. So next one also you can read. So pipilika ants. Okay. Next one. Vatsiana.
Eshaka, Esha, Kuchika, Etaha, Kaha, Etaha, Kuchikaha, Taka, Sa, Le, Ghani, Taha kaha, taha lekhanyaha.
Lekhanya. Now this one should be easy to read. So it is just nothing but a combination of
Ja and cha.
So here it is a combination of ku, and this one is nya.
Oh, okay.
Chi. Ka. So this is like what is the English word? Like a poncho. It is a poncho or poncho? How is a poncho, right? So the same poncho, ancho, like that kunchika.
Kunchika.
Yeah, kunchika. All right. So the next one we have some exercises. Who wants to go, Reena?
Sure. Esha petika. Eshaha petikaha.
Etaha.
Etaha petikaha. Esha mahima. Eta mahimaha. Esha mala. Eta malaha. Esha shala. Eta shalaha. Esha kanya. एताः कन्याः एषा लता एताः लताः एषा वीणा एताः वीणाः एषा मापिका एताः मापिकाः एषा I don't know this one.
Sankhya.
Sankhya. Sorry. Okay. एषा संख्या एताः संख्याः एषा नौका
You're reading the next one.
एताः नौकाः.
So, any question, any meaning? Anybody want to know of any word here?
संख्याः.
Sankhya means? Anybody want to help? Mangala.
Number?
Yeah, number. Sankhya is number. What else? Mala. Garland. Pathashala, school. Kanya.
Girl.
Girl. Young girl, especially. Lata. Creeper. Veena.
Musical instrument.
Is a string musical instrument. So these are all again we are picking up only those words, feeling the words ending in a here, and looking at their bahuvachana forms, which are all similar. Mahilaha, malaha, kanyaha, etc. Nauka means
boat.
Naukaha.
Sanjeev ji, Shala, is it used with other words too?
No, Pathashala.
No, just Shala, no, there.
Where?
1, 2, 3, 4. The 4.
In your book?
Yeah.
In your book?
Yeah.
Maybe I revised it. Shala is fine.
Yeah.
Shala is fine. Shala means hall. Just hall.
Okay.
Pathashala is here school. So after Nauka we have few more words. For the next year, I'm looking at Sharada, you want to try? Next few words.
Yeah. Okay. So start with 11.
Yeah, 11.
Sa dipaha etat dipaha.
No, hold on. So this is not Deepa.
Oh, sorry. Devi.
Devi.
Oh, Devi. I'm sorry. Deviaha.
Hold on. So this one. Cover this. Here, see there's a
Yes.
Lekhani. The words ending they will change like this. Lekhanya. The last E will change to Nyaha. So basically what is happening here? So if we have a word like this changes to Lekhanyah. So what we are doing here, in the last syllable there is na and e.
Yes.
This is a combination of na and e. So here what is happening when we change, we are keeping this na as but adding yaha.
Yaha.
Na ni becomes nyaha. So the last syllable in that we are keeping the Vyanjanam part and removing this e and adding yaha. So for example, if it is nadi, which is also feeling the word ending in e, this changes to nadyaha. Here also what is happening? Nad plus e here. So this we are changing to e is removed and we are adding yaha there. Madhyaha.
Okay.
So this is a ekavachana form and this becomes bahuvachana form. So if you look at this, lekhani changing to lekhanya. With the same pattern, you can continue for the words.
Okay.
Long e. So let's say Devi becomes what?
Devyaha.
Yeah, Devyaha.
Okay. Sa. Bhagrita.
No, this one.
Bhagini. And then it would become Etaha Bhagya Nyaha.
So that sa changes to
Etaha.
sa changes to just Isha changes to etaha.
Oh, okay. Keep trying.
Okay.
Okay.
Saha.
Maha. Sa Angani changes to, oh dear, Daha Anganiya.
Good. Angkanya. Okay.
Sa Sundari changes to Daha Sundariyaha.
Yes, good. Yes.
Sa Putri changes to Daha Putraya. Yaha.
Yeah.
Putrayaha.
Yes. Putraha. Good.
Okay.
Putraha.
Sa Marjanri changes to Daha Bujariyaha. Marjaryaha. Sa Tarunani changes to Etaha Tarunyanah. Sa.
Tarunyah. 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 Tarunyah.
Tarunyah. Tarunyah.
Yes.
Sa. Marishi. Marishi changes to Maheshi. Okay. Changes to Itaha Marishiyaha. Maheshyaha. Okay. Sarvai changes to Itaha Sarviyaha.
So here, this should be read as Sakhi. This is remember after ka there is a kha. Kha is written like this, right? It looks like ra and va.
Yeah.
Kha.
Sanjeevji, sorry to disturb. When you're speaking, it's echoing.
Yeah. So once you mute, it will be fine. Yeah, go ahead, Machara. Sakhi.
Sakhi. Oh, I'm very sorry. Yeah. Sakhi turns into Etaha Sakhiyaha.
Sakyaha. Sakya is written like this. Okay, very good. Thank you. Mute your mic now.
There he is.
I have a question about the ka, the second ka. I've seen it. I think I've seen it written, or at least that was my understanding, that the second ka can also be joined at the bottom underneath, where like it looks like a ra and a va, but underneath that line, underneath the ra connects to the va.
Yeah.
Is that the way it's supposed to be written, or is it supposed to be separate?
No. There's no rule that it has to be joined. It is just a font. The different fonts they look like that. So you can write it like this, or some fonts you will see it joined like this.
Okay.
Like in some typing or printing, that's fine. So, but based on the word, we need to understand whether it is rava or kha. So generally, you will see this word closer to this first part of kha. Then it is kha. If it is like little bit like this, then it is rava.
When we're practicing our writing, is there a preferred way to do it?
No, there's nothing like that. But generally, write it closer like this, like rava, becomes kha. Bit separated is ra and va. This is another one of those Devanagari idiosyncrasies that I don't know. There should have been a separate symbol, but because of this constraint of the font of the Devanagari script. So, for example, this one. So, like this is whether it is a ru or ru, that vowel ru, or the combination of la and ru. This is also confusing. In the series of vowels, it is ru. There is no ru there. So, but the writing is like this. The script is this. But whereas the conjunct letter la, this is a consonant, and then there is a ru. Also, the writing is like this. So that is a Devanagari script limitation. One of the other one is this kha. But we'll have to, based on the word, we'll have to recognize. We have to understand that is a ru, kha, ra, va. Any word meaning here?
Is Ankani. Okay.
Ankani.
Yeah.
Ankani is used for pen nowadays. Pen. Something which marks is Ankani. Does a marking on the paper or somewhere is Ankani. But generally it is being known to be used, known for pen now.
Okay. Taruni is
pen or pencil also. Pencil, sorry, Ankani, pencil. Lekhani is pen, Ankani is pencil nowadays. But if you look at the word, literal word meaning, there is no. Ankani is something which marks on the paper.
Okay, thank you. And Taruni, would that be an adolescent girl?
Taruni is young girl.
Young girl. Okay. And Mahishi?
Mahishi is buffalo.
Okay, thank you.
And also Mahishi, interestingly, Mahishi is actually buffalo. Mahishaha is the male, what you call male buffalo, what is it called?
Bull.
He buffalo. She buffalo, he buffalo. Mahishaha, Mahishi. Mahishaha, Mahishi. Like Marjaraha is like male. Marjari female cat. Like Mahishaha is he buffalo. Mahishi is she buffalo. And then interestingly that Mahishi is also used for the main or first queen of a king. Like Raja is king, Raja Mahishi. Mahishi is also the first main queen. If there are multiple queens, generally for a king, right? So the first one is Mahishi. What else? So similarly, there are other Strilinga words not ending in A and E. So A and E are our major, are our focus words, right? A and E, like here. Balika, Pipilika, Kunchika, Lekhani, and here also Kanya, Sankhya, and E, Dirgha ending E. These are our focus or study words. But there are also, like in Pullinga, there was a page, the words showing in other endings, Pullinga words, simple words. Those are also commonly used, like Kavihi, Agnihi, etc. Guruhu. Guru is common word, right? But those are there, but we'll come back to that later. Similarly, in this Strilinga section also, given few other words which are very common, but we'll come back to this later. Okay? Let's not get there right now. Similarly, Bahuvachanam, Napunsaka-lingam, Namapadani, plural number, nouns in neuter gender. Neuter, Napunsaka-lingam. Okay, it's reading Archana again. Mahoday.
Etat kim, etat gruham, etani kani, etani gruhani, tat kim, tat phalam, tani kani, tani phalani.
Okay, so again note the changes here. Etat, the ekavachanam changing to etani, kim, ekavachanam changing to kani. And for the gruham, what is the pattern? The gruham we know that gruham, phalam, paranam, these are ekavachanam, napunsakalingam words ending in and they are in the bahuvachanam changing to gruhani, phalani, etc. So if we make like a chart or a table, how does it look like? So first one we had saha kaha, saha. What is the bahuvachanam for saha? Te, right? And for kaha, what is the bahuvachanam? Kaha pullinga ekavachanam. Pullinga bahuvachanam ke. And eshaha pullinga ekavachanam. Bahuvachanam
Ete.
Ete. And okay, that is, we should have made one single line. Okay. Sa ekavachanam strilingam changing to bahuvachanam.
Saha.
No, bahuvachanam.
Taha.
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 And esha changing to
Etaha.
etaha. And here ka changing to kaha, strilingam, right? Kaha in question word. And similarly for the napunsakalingam, tat changing to bahuvachanam becomes tani. Etat changes to etani. And kim changes to
Kani.
Kani.
kani. Kani. Kim napunsakalingam ekavachanam changes to kani. So I think this table is in on my slides. I'll find out. Okay. And napunsakalingam words which are ending in they are changing to ani like this. Right? Phalam phalani, gruham gruhani. Note that there is a slight difference here. Instead of ni, here is a ni, the cerebral ni. Whereas this is a dantya or a dental ni. So gruhani, phalani. So when it changes to ni, when we should use na, that we'll look at later. But right now, just follow this gruhani. And if you have this book, actually at the end of the book it is given when it changes, when na changes to na at the end of this book. So you can refer to this and we can go through it later. Okay, few words here. Santosham अस्ति किं पार्श्वे?
No, he is not.
Okay, you can complete this.
Okay. Etat kamalam, etani kamalani, etat pushpam, etani pushpani.
Hold on, sir. Eka nimisha. So here also it becomes pushpani. Okay.
Etat chitram, etani chitrani, etat vanam, etani vanani, etat patram, etani patrani.
Okay.
Tat patram, tani patrani, tat mukham, tani mukhani, tat
mukhani,
tat mitram, tani mitrani, tat vastram, tani vastrani.
Okay, you can mute. I'll just a little bit explain this. So anybody having any question on these meanings of the words? So everywhere the change is simple. Etat becomes etani, tat becomes tani. But now where it changes to na, right now, I mean, when you look at the pattern here, it should be somewhat able to understand. One thing is that where there is a ra the association of ra or ru, like we had a gruha. So here there is a ru was there. Okay? So there gruham changes to gruhani. This is general. I mean, there are multiple rules are there, but right now let's just at the first level understand this. If there is a ru, this ru vowel or refa or the ra sound somewhere like here, patram. There is a patram in this. There is a ra right in between. Patra, there is a ra, refa. Your mitra, there is a refa, and vastra, refa. If there is an inner word, if there is a ra sound or this ru sound, then this in the Bahuvachanam we have no. Okay, this retroflex. Murdhanyana, patra, patrani, patrani, and also there is a sha here. So these three, sha, sha, ra. So then it also changes to na, pushpani. Otherwise, it doesn't change to na. Just kamalani, vanani, etc. Any question on the meanings or any other question?
Patram and patram. Which one is the leaf? Patram?
Yeah, patram is the leaf. Patram is container.
Oh.
Something that holds, something that can contain, like patram is like a container, vessel.
What is newspaper? Newspaper, like newspaper? I thought that.
Which one?
Newspaper. Like what is newspaper?
Newspaper is also patram only. Like it is also like a leaf or a card. Or letter is patram.
What is sukham?
Where is sukham? This one? Mukham?
Yeah, mukham.
Mukham is face or mouth, both. Mouth or face.
And the last one? Vara.
Last vastram. Vastram. It is vas plus tram. Together it is written like that. This vertical line is removed and this part is coming there. Okay? So it is vastram. Vastram is cloth. Clothes, doesn't matter. Clothes or cloth. Vastram.
Okay.
Can you pronounce vastram either vastram or vastram?
Yeah, vastram. Like we have a mitram here, mitra, that same tra is coming here. Before that there is a vas.
No, the beginning consonant. Is it wa or va?
Va, like a water, va. Like water we have va.
Isn't that sometimes pronounced va, like in certain cases? Or is it always wa? Wa or va?
Va, like in water, it's always va. Vastram. Vastram.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I think we can stop here today. Unless if you have any question. We looked at the Ekavachanam, Bahuvachanam of Pullinga, Strilinga and Napunsakalinga words and some examples. And then we reviewed the previous classes, homework and some topics from there. All right. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
धन्यवादः
धन्यवादः महोदय.